The VMRay and Anomali integration allows our users to streamline their instant response by submitting samples, files, and URLs from Anomali directly into VMRay. With a single click, send the file to VMRay, have it analyzed, and then have VMRay push all that very valuable information from the analysis back into Anomali. So the threat classification, the VTIs, the VMRay threat identifiers, these high-level behavioral alerts that allow us to show why a file has been marked as malicious, as well as, of course, the very, very valuable indicators of compromise from any sample VMRay receives. We'll go ahead and configure this now. Up into the top right-hand corner of settings, and let's go and add the VMRay integration. Into the integrations button, if you go down here, you'll notice there's a VMRay and a VMRay freemium. So ensure that you use the standard VMRay integration. Press activate. You'll be asked for a URL. Here we're going to use our EU data center, so eu.cloud.vmray.com. Alternatively, we could be pointing this URL to our us.cloud.vmray.com. Next, we need an API key from VMRay. We're going to take this via the automation dashboard. As you can see here, we've already set up a few, but let's go down to our tip settings and add another. We're going to provide it with a name. We're going to ensure the automation category is set to TIP. And then down here, of course, as is standard with all API keys in VMRay and the IR mailbox settings, you can configure your analysis settings at the API level. So if we want to increase triage, if maybe we want to change the link detonation settings, we can do that here. Of course, later on, you may want to increase this number, and as you can see, it's just a case of going back into the REST API key and changing that setting or turning it back onto the system default. We can hit save. We'll then be presented with our API token. Copy that, and we'll place that straight into Anomali ThreatStream. You'll note there we can also select the number of detonations. We've already configured this to be 1. Once all the information has been added and we're comfortable, we hit save. You'll then get a confirmation message saying the configuration has been successful. To manually make a submission and of course check that this integration is working correctly, we can go to Research and Sandbox. We press the New button. Here we can select a file. You can of course drag and drop a file, but here we have a suitable sample. Scroll down a little bit. There is a limit, you'll notice, to 50 megabytes in size. And then we need to select the vendor, VMRay. We can then press Analyze, and this file is going to be submitted to VMRay for its full analysis. As you'll see up in the top right hand corner, we have that message, Sandbox sent successfully. We can also see now that dangerous file 5.exe, its status is set to processing. So VMRay is now doing its sandboxing. Straight away, you'll see the screenshots taken. These, of course, were taken automatically by the VMRay sandbox. You'll see we've analyzed it on Windows 7 64-bit. If we click here, we can see all of the information that's been returned. Now, this sample has only generated one indicator of compromise. You'll see there a malware IP address. You'll also notice under the Excluded tab, there are some files that have been excluded. We can come back and we can have a look at the full details of what's been provided. So, dropped files. Of course, put these into your EDR solution, maybe go searching for your SIEM, see if these have turned up anywhere else. The signatures show our VTI, so VMRay threat identifiers. So as you'll see here, a high-level overview which explains why this file was marked as malicious. The Network Analysis tab shows us all the hosts that's been connected to, and the Behavior Analysis shows us all the files and registry keys of concern.